Hey guys, what's going on? BMcG here, and today we have war number 2 of season 34. Sorry I'm a bit late on these videos. I've been working tons of hours, trying to get these out when I can. Might be a little sporadic. You guys might get like a bunch back to back, and then all of a sudden have like 3 days of nothing. But yeah, we're starting out this war with Mr. Fantastic versus Mysterio here on path 2, first node. Power struggle with strike counter fury. This is really good placement in my opinion. But I think Mr. Fantastic's one of the better options for this fight. We'll go into this. I'll explain my my strategy here. I use Petrify and Debuff Siphoner and no combat or no suppression, because you don't want to reduce his combat power rate, because his power is when you get your bars of power, if that makes sense. So if you reduce his combat power rate, he's not going to gain power as quickly. And that will mean that you'll probably just keep giving him passive furies, and eventually, if you're not gonna be able to ramp up your debuffs on this node unless you push to Mysterio to a special 2 without throwing a special. So yeah, you're really not going to ramp up your debuff, so it's really not the biggest deal if you activate suppression, but it's best not to. The attack increase that you'll get from having it really isn't that great of a deal, or that great of a improvement or whatever. So yeah, the main strategy is to never lose these debuffs that you have on them, the Petrify and the Debuff Siphoner. You never want to lose those. Those amplify your damage by quite a bit. Now that we have this passive special, I can't remember what it's called, Careful Study is what it's called, it will help increase our damage more because that counts as 3 debuffs. So this fight, honestly not my favorite Mr. Fantastic fight, but it works. You just need to know how to play Mr. Fantastic right there using the invuln. But yeah, you can easily dex into specials with him, like I do with Sorcerer. So yeah, I'm not too happy with how this fight went, because I lost a lot of health. He's at 4 Fury passives, so he's gonna hit hard through the block. I do run Inequity, so every time we use a special attack, we're reducing his attack by, well, we have 2 normal debuffs, and he's got 1 Careful Study on him right now. That counts as a debuff. And Max Inequity reduces attack by 6% per debuff. So like right now, his attack's reduced by 30%. Plus the taunt on the special one. I don't know how potent Mr. Fantastic's taunt is, because that also reduces attack. So yeah, I'm not happy with how this fight went. The willpower healing from the special 2 is really nice, because the power drain is not really going to affect us, because we're not really going to be able to gain power. So if we throw our special 1 when we get it, we just got to make sure we aren't power drained as we're getting our power from power struggle. But this is a long fight. I struggled to voice over this one. That heavy there, failed input on the deck. You'd love to see it. But yeah, this next fight I'm really excited to show you guys. It's Immortal Hulk, and I got to use a +1 for this fight. So I was assigned a +1 and just basically told, don't die. And I'm like, okay, I'll use Night Thrasher, because I know I won't die with Night Thrasher. So yeah, I'm really excited to show you guys this fight. This is the first time I ever used Night Thrasher in Tier 1 wars. So it's Strike Counter Fury, Brute Force, Power Focus 1. So I Hulk's placed here a lot because people think the Brute Force can chip you down quite a bit when he's immortal, because he'll be fully unblockable, so it'll be harder to get like your hits in or whatever. It's really not that big of a deal. Night Thrasher has power gain on parries and dexes while under a bar of power, so it makes it easier to loop specials and not have to worry about strike counter at all. The only thing you have to worry about is like spamming heavies, because that's normally how you play Night Thrashers. You just want to keep throwing heavies to keep the debuffs up, try to get a taunt on right there. Usually I try to go heavy into special 1 for the shock. You can normally just do special 1 with nothing before it, and that will give you the shock, but I like to use the heavy attack because like if you try to throw a special after you parry stun, it has like this delay, and with limber 5 out of 5, sometimes you'll miss it, if that makes sense. So that's what I normally try to do. So right here I'm going to parry a bit, try to build some power, and then we get the heavy attack off there to refresh. The reason I did that there is because I want to get to my special 2. So we're getting to it now. I'm going to drop a nice special 2. Decent crits. The power back boost was clutch for this fight. Right here I back off so I can parry and then heavy. And I was hoping that my disorient would shut down his immortality. It didn't. It has a 50% chance to, so it's basically a coin flip, but I have a special 2 banked here, so once he comes in, I can throw the special 2 and he's done. So yeah, pretty solid fight. Hulk has a huge health pool. Had to get a thumbnail screenshot, but Hulk has a huge health pool, so a minute and a half is not terrible. But next up we have some really fun fights. Actually the last few fights of this war are really fun. So man thing on node 20 using I-bomb. I think I did this, I didn't do this last war. Vega did it last war, which is war 1. So yeah, start the fight with a heavy attack. Always use a power start 1 here so you can use your special 2 to get into your toxic aura. So right here, just gonna drop the special 2, and then now when we're close to him, we'll be ramping up our poison debuffs on him, and yeah, it's gonna be pretty nasty. So right there's our first acid burn. So this acid burn is dealing almost 8,000 damage per second. It's 3,900 damage per tick. So yeah, he just melts Man Thing. This is a really quick fight. I think I'm recording this after I did like the last 2 wars, which is war 3 and war 4. And I've had higher acid burn damage, so you guys will see that later. Sorry to spoil the next few wars, but yeah, really solid fight. Next up we have Apocalypse on node 24, which is EMP mod, Bubble Shield, and I think that's it. Oh, Aspect of Evolution as well. So A-bomb, or I-bomb, he's a Defiance attacker, so no buffs means, what's it called? EMP mod is irrelevant. So yeah, this is going to be a super straightforward fight. Yeah, I'm excited to show you guys this one. It's not as fast as the Man Thing fight, but it's pretty good. I really wish I edited out all this like boosting and stuff just so the video goes by faster, but yeah, for the amount of time I have to like edit videos and stuff, this is just ultimately faster, just to throw everything together and voice over and throw some music on. But yeah, so the only thing to worry about on this fight is Bubble Shield, basically. Aspect of Evolution could get annoying, but it's really not the biggest deal. Right there, that concussion that Apocalypse placed on us is kind of annoying because like he could fail a parry. I'm not sure if that will affect Bubble Shield's ability, actually, his concussion that he threw on me. So yeah, we'll see. Right there, I could have blocked all that and been fine, but right there we got the dex out of the 10th hit on the Bubble Shield. So that was nice to see. But now we are low on poison debuffs. We finally got the special 1 off, so that gives us more poison debuffs. But the concussion was coming in clutch to stop us. I probably should just let him spam special 1s and not the special 2s, because the concussion's really annoying. And I think I do lose my toxic aura in this fight. I can't remember. Right there I get hit by the special 1 because I'm a scrub sometimes. Do I lose my special, or do I lose my toxic aura? No, I get enough poison debuffs. That might be a different fight in a different war. I thought I lost my toxic aura in one of these fights. Yeah, this fight's super straightforward. It's easy to forget about Bubble Shield later in the wars, or later in the fights, because like you get so used to like playing around it that you just forget about it, if that makes any sense. But yeah, next up we're going up path 2 again, and first fight is America Chavez. This fight is ridiculously funny. You guys will see why in a second. It's pretty awesome. So yeah, there's strike counter, block penetration, and then disorient on parries. So I just got to be careful about how much I parry. So same strategy as the Man-Thing fight. Start with a heavy attack. Since this isn't like one of the shared nodes, the attack bonus and health increase isn't as high. So I'm not insanely worried about the block penetration. Plus I have sustain with the poison debuffs that I have on myself. I'll heal from willpower. So really not that big of a deal. I think I messed up the dex on one of these. That might have been last war. I can't remember. Every war feels like the same war. But right there, that's 3,900 damage per tick, so 7,800 damage per second. Just melted. And next up, we have Sim Supreme. I believe this is the last fight of the war. I was assigned one more, but I fell asleep, and they sent Horseman Archangel to it, and Horseman Archangel is Horseman Archangel. So, yeah. So Sim Supreme here. Same strategy as the fight against America Chavez. The only difference is I don't have to bait any special attacks from this guy, because his combat power rate is like 0. I think it is 0, and his ability power rate is kind of slow. So we just activate Toxic Aura, and then now we just start melting him away. It's a pretty quick fight. It's like ridiculously fast. Right there. 3,900 damage per tick, just gone in 32 seconds. So yeah, that's my second war. Probably one of my favorite wars I've ever had playing the game, because I got to use Night Thrasher in tier 1. I think we won this war against MIBR. Can't remember the score, but I believe we were 1-1 at this point. So yeah, that's gonna do it for me, guys. If you enjoyed, consider hitting like, consider subscribing. If you already subbed, you know I love you. See you guys in the next video or stream. Peace out.